Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a whole new episode of your program Windows, in which we're always keen to open new windows to different, diverse, and important topics. What can be more important than the sake of our children, their mental health, their thoughts, and their visions? And to speak about more about this topic, I'm so delighted to be accompanied here in the studio by Dr. Ahmed Serwa, the professor at the Faculty of Engineering, Capital University. Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening. How are you?
It's a great pleasure to have you.
Yes,
well, Doctor, of course, we're speaking about this massive development, the rapid development that we are living in this chaotic world of digital transformation, digital media, and lots more. And what we keen on is that the sake of our children and how they are being exposed to different materials and different internet, and how can we make benefit of that?
Actually, in the first, we need to mention something important. We need to balance between the needs of our children. You know, most of our children actually have a passion toward digital tools or maybe anything new. And as you know, in our digital life, everything turned to be digital, and so our children turned to discover everything in our life, including digital tools. And so we need to balance between this passion and some dangerous ideas that can be driven toward or maybe through these digital tools. And of course, digital tools, we have a variety of digital tools, something like maybe songs, maybe games, maybe videos, maybe software. And as I said, we need to balance between this passion and between the danger issues that can result from using digital tools in young age. And I think we have some famous platforms that present a lot of issues for our children, and we need to be aware and we need to keep monitoring of these tools.
Well, a very important topic, because you are shaping the next generation starting in a very young age. That counts. But also, His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi last week, he urged the MPs to to draft a law that can limit or prevent or a ban like young generations less than 15 and 16 from using the internet unless they are so aware of the proper usage of it.
Yes, I think it's actually something like a precaution step, to avoid the side effects of such digital tools. And actually, I'm very happy because now we are conscious and we are aware and we are monitoring these tools. And I think we need to put something like a good formula or maybe a good form for this law. And of course, we have a constitution, and we have some concepts inside the constitution, and we need to vote a form for this law that cannot be in a conflict with our constitution. And of course, we have many ideas, and I think our experts right now are debating about using such digital tools, especially in education, especially in primary school and maybe preparatory school and secondary school, and even in the university. But I think it is maybe difficult, to restrict our children of using such digital tools, because as I said, there is something like a passion, but we need to organize this passion by developing some new platforms. One of the most useful ideas is to develop alternative platforms instead of the international one. The international one, it's actually carries some international ideas that may be in a conflict with our traditions here in Egypt, and of course maybe in some Middle Eastern countries. And this is why I suggest to develop an alternative platforms. For example, social media. We can develop an alternative social media platform that may be good or maybe respect our traditions, maybe a religious one, maybe cultural one, and so this is actually something like a pre-solution, and we can take something like something like a gradual steps, as I said, because we cannot prevent such platforms directly or maybe suddenly. I mean, by maybe step by step, maybe by developing, or maybe by by hiring something like a committee, or maybe a digital committee consists of some experts in digital and in social sciences, something like this, and of course in educational sciences, so that we can develop something like an alternative games, alternative social media, alternative maybe songs. Believe me, if we make use of such, or maybe we can use AI to develop some respectable songs instead of I don't say to say bad songs that may inject some bad ideas in our children, and I think this will be a good, of course, beside the suggested law, but for me as a scientist, I do believe that the solution should be from the root. Believe me, from our experience, rules cannot make cannot make a useful citizen. I mean, the citizen should be good from the childhood. I mean, if we have a good children, then and tomorrow we will have a good citizen, and that's it. So we need to make something like a double solution by using some laws, yes, of course, but we need to cure this issue from the roots by as I said, alternative platforms or something.
Well, I think that because of that was urged rapidly, actually, because of this report of 2024, which showed like more than 50% of the children are using social platforms, digital platforms, which cause something that they call it right now, it's digital chaos, because you can never know what's beneath the songs, as you said, hidden messages, as you said. So I think that we are going through steady steps, though His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is always calling for more tech, more technology, cybersecurity, AI. So all of those terms is balancing right now if we do have this step for our children.
I think so, of course. Of course, I do believe in His Excellency's sayings, and of course, I think he used a very accurate words or maybe expression, and that's it. Maybe maybe we can one of the suggested solution is to make use of the existing platforms, but by maybe deviating the function. For example, I can use some social media platform maybe to make something like an election. For example, election in the class of the children. Maybe if you wanted to pick an alpha student or maybe student representative, so you can go and make something like a vote on some platform. Of course, I don't want to say the name of the software, but of course maybe I can use it in election, for example, and instead of using the physical papers, for example, for voting, I can use social media. Maybe I can arrange something like a groups. I can arrange or maybe organize using social media for our children. For example, if he wanted to express himself, maybe he can put his opinion from maybe in something inside our class in an official group, and so the student or maybe our children will be appearing in his official form. I mean, he should put his official photo, for example, and he should follow some ethical rules. And of course, in establishing such social media groups, I will or maybe we can put some ethical concepts that should be followed in this way. And so if the student have I mean the children, or maybe young student, if my children has a passion in using social media, so go and I will help you in using social media platforms, but in ethical way, in good way, and maybe I can publish something like some missed lessons, or maybe some educational videos for him, and of course all of these issues inside the social platform itself, so that we converted the social media, instead of using the social media as a general purpose software or maybe application or maybe apps. Actually, I turned it to be an educational or maybe communication tool between our children, and so the child will be happy with that, because actually he will use the social media platforms maybe in the front of our eyes. And of course I think it will be useful if father and mother help him to do this. Actually I do this, with my own children, of course. Yes, actually, but everything, it should be approved. Nothing allowed at all. Everything you should tell me what you are doing right now, and show me. Actually, yes, some mistakes maybe happen, yes, I know, but of course, we don't want our new generation to hate digital life, because actually our life is digital. So we need him to like his life, and we need to convince him that his life will be useful in the future, and that is actually an optimistic view. Another issue, yes, I know we have all a lot of children, and maybe we can hire some children, in monitoring themselves. I mean, for example, maybe the alpha of the class, maybe he will be one of them, and he will be something like an admin of the group, so he can the others, and he can omit or maybe do some unnecessary texts or chats or something, and that's it. So I think this will be good, believe me. And instead of restricting this, we can organize it in a useful way.
Well, Doctor, of course, this legislation that it's going to be confirmed by the House of Representatives is not working solo. They're also working with experts from different entities and bodies to be able also to put the framework to such law, which I think is going to not just be a punishment for kids. No, it's going to be more healthy. It's going to be more limited. It's going to be more controlled. Viewed for parents. So I think this is very important to work all together for the sake of children.
Of course, but I have an issue. We say law, but in case of law, what if we have someone that maybe not following this law? Who will be who will be the guilt? I mean who will be who be punished? We cannot punish a children, actually it's actually forbidden until he reach maybe 25 years old, but maybe his father will be punished. And actually it's something funny, because we have a law, and so we need someone to be guilty. And I think it is something crucial. It's actually I am working all the day, to get some money for my children, and at the end of the day I will be a criminal, maybe because actually I didn't aware, or maybe I didn't know this law. And actually maybe we can put something like rules, or maybe social rules. For example, in public areas, if we saw a children with his father using some social media or something, if a children maybe make something like a fake account or something like this, I mean it can be social rules, because the word law it's actually it's something big, because law, it means we need a guilty, or we need or we need a punishment. And as I said, it is actually a big issue, the word criminal. Oh my God, because I opened, for example, a certain software, because I make some chat with my friend, so I am a criminal. Actually, it's something big. But of course we can put something like social law. I mean, you know, as in some Western countries, they put something like, you know, a children protection law. You cannot hit your children, and if so, you will be punished, or maybe you will be under investigation, maybe for 1 week or maybe 2 weeks. You will be you will be watched, you know. And actually, I know some cases in such countries, they took the children from his family. And yes, and actually, because we are Western, we are Eastern, or maybe Middle Eastern, we say yes, it's not allowed. How they took my children? Yes, you are wrong. You should follow the rules. I think such rules, it may be cruel, you know. Cruel is in some issues of, yes, I know, no one will love my children as much as me, and that's it. But I think we can reduce the level, you know, by put something like, as I said, social rules, or maybe social law that you should grow your children good, maybe, as I said, as an alternative way, or maybe side way, you know, to put something like, or maybe make use of such digital tools. And I can allow some certain apps that can be used. And you know, we need to balance, as I said, between digital innovation. I want my children to be innovative, and I want him to be an inventor in the future. And actually, it is not a conflict with careness, or maybe I mean, we need to make a difference between, or maybe discriminate between digital innovation and restriction, or maybe monitoring our children. You know, some people said that we have 3 children had been suicide because of a game. Yeah. It's actually awful. It's something awful. I cannot imagine this issue. And actually, you know, I want every father to say every story concerning such issues, or maybe such crimes, to tell their children with such stories. You know, yes, we need our children to fear of these issues. Be careful. Maybe this game will cause you to think about suicide, something like this. And so the children will be afraid, of course, and that's it. We need him to be aware and not to listen, or maybe acquire every information inside the game. And we need to learn him how to control himself, not to let himself to be controlled by the others. For example, don't take photo for your home. Don't take photo for your father, or maybe or anything at all. Don't put your real life. I mean, real photo. Maybe you can put something like cartonic, or something like a pattern, or maybe logo for instead of your face. Maybe you can put something like a nickname instead of put your complete name. Actually, maybe it is required in some official websites, yes, but in social media, maybe because he is young, or maybe he can put something like a funny shapes, or maybe something like that, especially girls. And that's it. And we need to balance between innovation and between careness, or maybe fears of using such digital tools.
Well, doctor, it's not just that, but also that we can see that away from the games, of course, and the hidden messages and all of that, and even the waves of some music, we can put this in addition, and also the cyber bullying.
Cyberbullying, yes.
That made lots of children, lots of accidents because of the cyberbullying. They don't understand what's going on. They take it personally. They're so pressured by the society, by their friends, by how people use this kind of tech around them.
Actually, I want to thank you to mention this issue. You know, we have an issue in songs, even in Arabic songs, or maybe in English songs or something. You know, for example, some apps, or maybe some websites, you know, care about views instead of you know, considering some social or maybe some good concepts. You know, if you have good views, so it's good because we will acquire more money, and that's it. This is why we should teach our children what to see and what is what should not be seen, and of course songs. You know, here in Egypt we have I'm sorry for this, we have some bad songs. You know, even in Arabic songs. Yes, we need to prevent this, or maybe we need to restrict this. Actually, this is something like a first step. First step is to control our media at all. I mean as a whole. I mean, of course, we have unofficial channels. Yes, I know. But as I said, we are living in an open in an open society, which is the world. And so as I said, some platforms search for views, and that's it. So firstly, we need to put something like social rules, and we need to control our songs. Yes, I know. We have some committees concerned with this. Yes, I know.
Yes, they are working pretty well.
Yes, yes, of course. But as I said, they are working very well, very well locally. But we, for example, I heard that we have here in Egypt, we have prevented some song. I think it's actually something like an invitation to hate and invitation to some bad issues. But actually, you know, it's actually achieved a lot of views. You know, because it's actually on the internet. We need to make some communication, you know, from our authorities. But of course, as I said, actually, you know, internationally, every website looking for money or maybe views or something like this, they put some ads. As I said, yes, it's actually something like we need to do. What can we do? I think everything is possible. We will do it well. And actually, I want to thank His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Yes, actually, it's. I think he is very conscious because he noticed that a lot of our children, you know, shifted in some behavior. Actually, I saw some children smoking. It's actually awful. As I said, you know, I saw some children said some bad words in the street, and that is actually, you know, some people maybe make use of such children. As I said, maybe they saw something on some social media, and they wanted to something like, you know, be similar here in the street, and that's it. And finally, or maybe I mean, in the next step, we need to put everything in something formal, something like a law. And don't forget the school. You know, we have I think 3 months as a vacation, and we have about 9 months in the school. So the school, yes, we need to put some courses that can teach the student, our children as a student, how to use social media, as I said. And again, we should be aware of our children, because as I said, today he is a children, tomorrow he will be a citizen with complete rights and complete duties.
Yeah, for sure, doctor. And there's something else that right now, okay, the legislation of the law, the new law, is not confirmed yet, like under, of course, investigation and stuff. But we need to say that we do highlight, let's say, the role of the Ministry of Interior. People now reporting what they can see that it's not ethically, according to our traditions, according to our religion, and which also is shifting or trying to manipulate the children's mind somehow to follow whatever can be published, let's say, as you said. So this kind of control somehow, which is done by the citizens themselves. Like if they see something that is not quite respectable, not quite should be even published among the society, normal society, so they do report them. So working with this frame, now we have this awareness, which is great. Like it's we don't have to wait for the law. We are working together as citizens even.
Yes, of course. And actually, I have some idea concerning with digital tools. You know, now we can consider some videos as an evidence, you know, in law. For example, if my children maybe is subjected to something harm, he can image it or maybe take a video for such issue
or
maybe
report
such-
it.
and then report it. So this is actually it is actually follow what I have said. You know, we need to teach our children how to use digital tools usefully. As I said, yes, yes, someone hit me or maybe someone steal something from me, so I can make something like a video as an evidence, or maybe to show my father what I have subjected to, something like this. And actually, yes, actually it's something good. And as you said, yes, we need to report every case in everywhere, you know, considering our children. Actually, I have a suggestion, you know. One of the crimes, you know, the crimes against children, I suggest to doubleize the punishment. You know,
Yes.
if, for example, actually, yes, it's actually my own idea. You know, if we have a crime against a children, so the punishment, if it is X years in the jail, it should be 2X in the jail. Actually, I'm suggesting to be against, you know, against the children and the females. You know, yes, actually I suggest, yes, of course, of course, yes, some people, we need some equity, yes, I know, but actually we are not equal, you know, we are dealing with, I don't want to say weak, yes, let's say it, yes, children and female, actually more weak than men, so every crime against children and female are said to be doubleize the punishment, and I think our children now are conscious enough, you know, to make a discrimination between harmful issues and useful issues, and that's it. We need to teach them what is harmful. Actually, harmful issues can be emotionally. Of course, mostly it will be emotionally,
yes,
because we are dealing with digital. Yes, we are not talking about physical harm. Actually, it is something else. Actually, I'm talking about emotionally. If, for example, if I take some video for or maybe for something embarrassing, something like this, it will be hurt someone. So it will be a crime. Actually, I want to suggest another issue. You know, we have some programs in some international channels, you know, I don't want to mention the program itself, but actually this program is very strange, you know. It's actually illustrate some harmful situations for some people, and they, you know, and they start laughing. I don't know why they are laughing while I am seeing someone in something like embarrassing, or maybe or maybe hurt, or maybe he is in a hurt, something like this. Why they are laughing? Actually, they want to put, or maybe to take, you know, mercenaries from our hearts. I don't know why we some channels, of course it's not local, it's actually some yes, it's actually some international channels maybe show such programs. It's actually strange. We need to teach our children these types of program is harmful. Although some people may laugh at it, but actually here we are not laughing at any harm that may be caused by the others. And that's it.
Because this can affect also children if they look to such programs. They say it's going to be funny, so they start to work their minds on such pranks or such laughter. This is bullying also, so this is where it comes from. They want to mimic what they are seeing, whatever it is actually.
You know, if I see something I should cry and then I laughed, actually I will be strange one.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's it. Some people want our children to be, you know, diverted from the good behavior, you know, and replace another bad behavior. Yes, yes, we need to feel mercy in some merciful situations. But actually, some people maybe instead of feeling mercy, I will be laugh at what someone actually
someone's crying for help.
Yes,
someone is in hurt.
Yes, a car hitting a man. Why I should laugh? Actually, as I said, we need to make something like filtering in our social in our media, and of course now it is actually a digital media, and that's it. In the school, as I said, we need to put some rules, and I want to put some courses. You believe me, it will be good. We have something like activity session or something. Actually, I can teach my children in such sessions. Yes, we have some sportive sessions. We social sessions to teach our children such good social behavior, and we need to teach him don't laugh at anyone, be helpful for everyone. I think now, I think if a children help another children, someone maybe call him you are abnormal. Yes, yeah. Believe me, some people think that. Actually my son actually, he passed such a situation, and he helped, and actually he helped a friend, and his friend, why you helped me? And that's it. Actually, kindness now. We need to inject kindness in our personality of our children, kindness and faith of God, and of course faith or maybe trust in himself, self-motivation to be a leader. And as I said, in the class we can arrange such social session, and we can put, I don't want to say marks on such issue, because maybe it will be a debatable issue. Yes, a children has a high degrees, high marks in this course, and the other one is not, and maybe we can pass or not pass. I mean, it will be pass and fail without marks. I mean, yes, you are passed without marks. Yes, we have some courses, we call it actually it is not graded, it's pass or not pass. So children should pass such courses. Yes, you should be normal. Yes, you should behave good, so that you will acquire a pass, and that's it. So we have something like I mean, a compound solution in the school. Another issue at home, of course. Yes, of course, mother is a school. We have a tradition said mother is a school. Yes, we have a good role for our mothers, to teach her children the same issue, so that we have an integration in the school and at home and in the street. By putting some social laws. So I think the result will be good, because we make something like integration everywhere the children will go.
Well, Doctor, I totally agree that those kind of assignments that indulge with kind of internet style or indulge with more tech, let's say, so I think they're going to be loving it, and meanwhile it's going to be more a learning process, let's say. But we also had the results from the initiative. The first country to ban, of course, Australia was the first country to ban or to limit the usage of social media, digital media, and other platforms for young generations less than 16 or 15. Now we have, that was last December, it wasn't that far away, but now we have another initiative by the United Kingdom. Yes, of course, they are just pointing at less than 15. So we are, I think, we're doing a great job, since we are the only Middle Eastern country, or the one in the Middle East, that we did have this initiative, and not copying, but also like tackling and trying to be in the front rows like other countries in different continents.
Of course, actually, yes, you said two important examples, but we don't see the complete solution they have followed. I mean, yes, we are now reading the titles. Yes, they did such actions, but we don't see the complete solution. I think they have something like alternative platforms, as I said, and I think the first question, how? I mean, how can you prevent youngers from using social media? Every social media platform will ask you a question. Anyone can answer such a question. For example, 10 times 12. Yes, Dad, tell me what is the solution of the, or maybe by using the calculator itself. So I will pass the exam, or maybe which image give you a bicycle. And then anyone can help me to answer that. And actually, it's not a solution. You know, yes, we should prevent youngers. Yes, but as I said, if you want to prevent them, so prevent them, by himself. Yes, by himself. Yes, I know, but tell me how. How can you prevent them? So I see that we can prevent youngers from using social media by the youngers himself, by teaching him well. As you said, yes, we have great countries, but I have a theory. We cannot import some courses or some laws or maybe some rules from the others, because we have our unique society. Maybe some laws are good there because they have their livings, they have their conditions. We have different people, we have different traditions. Maybe you see something is normal, while it is here, it is abnormal.
Yes.
And actually we need to make something like, yes, it is actually a new, tailoring. We need a tailor, or maybe
we
someone.
Need to tailor a program for this.
Yes, we need to tolerate our laws to be familiar with our society. Actually, I'm not saying that I am against such rule. No, actually, I am saying that we need to tolerate our laws to be familiar with our people and our tradition and our children. In some countries it's forbidden to make the children to work, but in some poor country, of course, I'm saying about maybe India, maybe Egypt, maybe Sudan, some people has no father, or maybe the family has no father, and only we have children, so the children is enforced, or maybe he enforced himself. Yes, he enforced himself to work to acquire more money. I think the solution, inside our society, and of course, by make some rich people to work as some, or maybe to make sponsoring for some social projects, so that we can solve the solution, and that's it.
Well, Dr. Ahmed Serwa, the professor at the Faculty of Engineering, the Capital University, I would like to thank you so much. Of course, we cannot get enough of such topic, and we hope for the best. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we came to the end of this episode. Promise we'll be back next week with more diverse, important, and engaging topics. Until then, best regards from Mishru Bakir.